Urbyn Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Anissa, and today we'll be working on rotini pasta with fresh tomatoes, sweet Italian sausage, and heavy cream. Let's get started. First we have our Italian sausage, and I'm just going to take a paring knife, and I'm going to slice it down the middle, and this separates the casing from the sausage. So I'm just going to pull this apart. Actually, I'm going to cut a little bit more. Cut it to the end. I'm just going to pull it out. You can set it to the side, you can trash it. So actually, I'm just going to dump it in the sink. So now what I'm going to do is just cut off, and cut off. And then you can make it crumble so small as you want them, but I like to have them like medium size for like to make balls. And also, just a rule of thumb, you can always preheat your pan. I'm going to get rid of this. Preheat your pan that you're going to put your sausage in. But you add the oil to the pan, you don't necessarily have to wait for the oil to heat up. Your heated pan will bring your oil directly to the temperature you're going to need it. So we're going to add our sausage. I'm going to take my oil. About a half a teaspoon of oil is fine, especially in a non-stick pan. You always want your pasta al dente, so that would be between 10 to 11 minutes tops, and that's about as long as it's going to take for your meat to cook. And we want to give it good space, so everything can cook evenly in its own little space. And that's when you notice when you don't overcrowd your pan and you have everything nicely spaced out, everything browns nice and even. I removed my sausage from my pan. I've kept my oil in my pan because I'm going to saute my onions and my garlic. And my pan is still heated, nicely heated, so I'm going to add my garlic and my onions. And with your onions, what you want to do is make sure they're coated nice and even for about a good 5 to 6 minutes. You want to make sure they're translucent. And what I mean by translucent, I mean nice and tender and a little more firmer. And you can see the color there. Their color, you can tell when they're ready when the color changes. It goes from that soft white to that more opaque white. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add my fresh tomatoes to it. And the fresh tomatoes are diced. You don't want to cut them too thin because once you cook them down, they break down. So you always want to have a nice little chunk and a nice little bite. So now my tomatoes and my onions are cooking very nicely together with my garlic. And the smells from the onions and the tomatoes are starting to release. See the colors? Your tomatoes are nice and bright. Your onions, you can still see the opaque in your onions. And your sausage, all these colors are very nice and they're pretty. So when you're done and you tie it in with the parsley and for the garnish, you have like our red colors. Okay. Now I'm going to add my heavy cream. Nice already. There. Now, as you can see, you want to keep your flames to a medium level because now you're going to reduce the cream. And as you reduce your cream, it gets thickened. So once you don't have to add that much cheese or you don't have to add flour. Everyone likes to add flour for thickening. If you just allow your cream to reduce, you'll have no problem. Just going to give this a nice little mix here. And now this is going to take about a good 8 to 10 minutes for it to thicken up and for it to reduce. And then just at that 8th minute, you want to add your cheese, and all of that nicely blends in together and thickens up together, and you'll have like a heaven shine light down on you because the smells, the thickness, everything is going to be so good. You're going to want to eat it out of the pan. I promise you. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Now let's get ready to plate this up. I'm so excited right now. I want to taste. Okay, I have my pasta. Sit it down. Now I'm gonna add my sauce. It's so cheesy and creamy and good, and I'm ready. I'm excited. When your family walks into the house, first thing they're gonna know that you cooked. Ha! The smells are so heavenly. I'm excited. Now I'm gonna take my parsley and I'm just gonna sprinkle. And now I'm ready to taste. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm sorry, I have to mix it up. As you can see, my bits of tomato, my pieces of my sausage, and a nice sauce. You see how the sauce coats the noodles? It's not sliding off. It's like a nice little stick to it. Now, dun, 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 dun. Taste test. All right, here we go. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I keep doing this, but it's good. I know this is Urban Kitchen, not the Ghetto Kitchen. Talk with my mouth full. But once you taste this, you'll understand. It's so good. And for me, I like a little extra pepper. So what I would do is, I would take the cracked pepper, toss it, then finish it, and then eat it. So good. Well, there's my meal. My boys are getting ready to come in. Thanks for coming to the Urban Kitchen. I'll see you next time.